captain of an elite counter-terrorism squad, betrayed by his commanding officer and abandoned to a nomadic life on the run from the law, with only his crew to rely on. I can hear the collective yawns from this tired and outdated concept. So how do you make it entertaining? Give it excessive blood, high-power explosive weapons, and make the main character an alcoholic mercenary who can't help but turn everything into a wisecrack. Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition knows exactly what it is and doesn't take itself too seriously, going easy on the plot and heavy on the outlandish violence and destruction. Originally developed by People Can Fly back in 2011, Bulletstorm was picked up by Gearbox and has since been remastered with some impressive upgrades. Full Clip Edition features an overhaul to the graphics of all models and environments with a noticeably enhanced frame rate. Although you'll still notice the game's age, it has been nicely enhanced for current-gen hardware. Coupled with its linear story, intense combat, and shall we say, colorful characters, it makes for a fantastic experience without bogging you down in melodrama. Players take control of Grayson Hunt, a rogue soldier with a penchant for booze and seriously irking everyone he encounters. Voiced by the fantastic Stephen Bloom, Grayson drunkenly leads his crew into a suicide mission against General Serrano, who destroyed the lives of Grayson and his men. In the ensuing chaos, Grayson crash lands on an abandoned resort planet, only to discover that Serrano, too, is stranded and awaiting evacuation. With Serrano being the only means of escaping the planet, Grayson must find and protect his longtime nemesis if he has any hope of escaping. Controls are excellent and simple, and a boon for Bulletstorm's skill shot system. Currency is awarded based on the kills you pull off, with everything from interchanged gun and melee combat combos, to environmental kills, to some very specific specialty kills. Accumulated points are then spent at periodic resupply pods, which allow you to purchase ammo, secondary fire rounds, increased clip size, and select your preferred loadout. The game has a clever way of explaining the skill shot system in the early chapters of the story, which is a great way to rationalize a typical arcade shooter trope. Combos are a blast to pull off, and even in the midst of a severe firefight, you can take the time to go for a particularly high-scoring kill and enjoy the carnage. Anyone interested in Bulletstorm should be coming here for the gameplay and nothing more. A deep and methodical plot simply isn't here. Bulletstorm knows exactly what it is, and it excels at just that. Gruff jokes and excessive violence. As experiences go, it's way above Duke Nukem Forever, and teeters just below the recent Doom. The story itself is worth playing through a few times, but Bulletstorm also features co-op online multiplayer combat, including all bonus maps included in the original DLC packs. There are 12 maps altogether, a new The Ultimate Echoes gameplay mode, as well as over 30 challenge maps, additional multiplayer levels, and the brand new Overkill campaign mode. The one sore spot is the lack of a split-screen multiplayer mode. Sitting next to a friend to play would simply be a ton of fun. As with most remastered titles, the audio has been upgraded and tuned a bit for improved quality. While the voice acting might not be to everyone's taste, the soundtrack appropriately kicks up the pace for high-intensity action, and the sound effects that accompany the deliciously excessive violence are equally grotesque. Screams of agony, exploding heads, and explosions of fire add quite a bit to the experience, and I found myself enjoying the over-the-top chain reaction massacres available to players mid-game. Probably a bit too much. This, of course, brings us to one of the most highly anticipated additions to the game, the Duke himself. Gearbox has introduced DLC to play through Bulletstorm as Duke Nukem, a completely detailed model voiced by the original Duke, John St. John. The DLC, called Duke Nukem's Bulletstorm Tour, will have players complete the campaign mode as Duke with original voice work and his classic sass. The outlandish gore and inventive weaponry in the game make this a perfect domain for Duke to make an appearance, and I'm sure those with less than favorable memories of Duke Nukem's last outing will see this as a second chance to redeem the big man. Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition is a great experience for mature FPS players and is sure to delight. Non-stop high-octane combat, colorful characters, and slick graphics make it an experience that gore-loving gamers can definitely get behind. It carries plenty of co-op multiplayer options, a highly replayable campaign, and some slick graphical improvements. Though the narrative is underwhelming at best, the added Duke Nukem DLC is icing on the cake of what is already a great gameplay experience.